Hey folks, my name is Ravish and welcome back to another video in the series of DevOps Resume Reviews. Alright, so I have received these two resumes recently, and one on LinkedIn and one on my email ID, and they asked me to review it. Alright, so I'll be sharing my views on these two resumes. I'll be hiding their details, their names, their email IDs, their GitHub addresses, and everything that can relate to a person. And I've already taken permission from them on LinkedIn and on email ID. Alright, so I'll be doing that. But before moving further, please subscribe this channel because this is free for you, but it really motivates me to create more content like this. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so this is the first resume that I have right now, and first of all we'll check whether this resume is long or short. Let's see. So this resume is of 2 pages only. So basically 2 pages is fine, but reducing it to 1 page would be great. But I see that this page is not utilized, and why is it over here? So you can just remove that. So that's one thing that can be removed. But the problem is, for some reason, this is something wrong with the formatting of it. So I don't know what is wrong, but the person can fix it. There is something wrong with this. This has to be removed because it does not have any meaning. We'll talk about the color quality. The color combination is perfect. This is white and a little hint of blue. This looks really good. So first of all, that's a good thumbs up from our end. VP is the short form of the name or not, that you decide, but the person would recognize that it is his name. Okay, so name in bold is perfectly all right. This is good. Secondly, the email ID is fine over here at gmail.com. This is fine. Separator and then +91 because this comes from India, and then the number, and this is also perfectly all right. After that, they have written the place they are from, and this looks like a pin code, and this looks good. This is perfect. And then at the LinkedIn, they have given their LinkedIn, and I have added XXX at the place where I don't want everyone to know who is this person. All right, because privacy has to be maintained. So this is perfectly all right. So first thing is good. Second thing is, the goal is to improve collaboration between teams, increase efficiency and reliability of software delivery process, and ultimately deliver better quality software to customer faster. Now that's what a DevOps engineer would do, but I would suggest that write a little summary of yourself. Nobody wants to read what exactly you're gonna do over here with this. If they want to know about you, they will make changes in your curriculum when you are in the company, but this is something that they are not impressed. So you can write a small summary of whatever exactly you can do. Okay, so let's come at the experience now. So experience is fine over here, and before coming to experience, a person can easily tell that this person has a few skills, and let's read about the skills first. AWS, they have already idea on AWS and Azure. A good thing would be to write because there are 250 plus services in AWS. If you can define a few things in AWS, you can do it over here, because right now when you do it over here, it cannot come everything over here. So it's fine that you do AWS over here, but writing about the services that you have worked on can be a good advantage, and that you have already defined here, and that's a good thing. So this is a good thing. Azure, perfectly all right. Jenkins as a CI tool, Git and GitHub, this is fine because SCM together. Docker for containerization, Ansible for configuration management, Kubernetes for container orchestration, Terraform IAC, Java, idea about it. Make Java and Angular together because they are fall in more or less similar category. Spring Boot, make sure that you do it with, it's a framework basically. MySQL, PostgreSQL should be together because they are almost of the same category. They are used in DBMS, and Linux and Windows is fine over here. So that's a minor change that you would like to do over here. All right. Now this is a project detail, and this looks like this person is more of a fresher who has done some sort of project. All right, and they have not told about the company itself because there is no such company over here. DevOps and Cloud, this is fine that they have worked on DevOps and Cloud from 07/2022 to present. Now to present means till today. All right, but if you in bracket over here write that how many months it's been over there, then it would be a good advantage. If you avoid it, it's fine, but it would be good if you maintain the number of months over here or the number of years. It would be an added advantage. Involved in creating, managing the infra, AWS, EC2, VPC, private and public subnet. This is good. They have explained what exactly they have done, because the person would be asking, interviewer would be asking questions on this. After that, involved in writing Docker files, creating containers, images, pushing it to Docker Hub. This is good. They can ask a use case, but if you like, you can push a use case over here so that they will know. Involved in creating, managing and CI/CD pipeline for the different feature branch. They can ask questions on that. Creating webhooks in GitHub will trigger builds in Jenkins whenever code is pushed or changed, or then they can ask how it's done. Daily updating the task in Teams and attending the stand-up call. This is not needed because that's self-explanatory. All right. This is fine. In the languages, the person has written English, Kannada, Hindi, Telugu. This seems to be fine. If it is too much of languages, you can write in one sentence. All right. And if you know two, you can separate it by like this. That's totally upon you. Okay. The second company the person has worked on is some sort of KPMS. I don't know if that's a fake company or not, but this is kind of an example. So it doesn't matter if it's a company or not. It doesn't look like a company. DevOps and cloud is fine over here. The dates from where it has they have worked. Now this is something that you have already done, so you can write 6 months over here, because the interviewer or the recruiter or someone who will reach out to you would not sit there and calculate the number of years. Okay, 6 minus 1 is 5, so 5 months this person has worked there. So that's it's a good practice that you can add it over here. All right. Creation of EC2 instance on AWS to host the application. I think same thing has written over here. If there is something same, do not write it, but this looks different. Developing and implementing Ansible playbooks. This is fine. People can ask question on this. Build Kubernetes cluster on AWS with Minikube. Okay. Set up and manage Docker container for Angular application into Kubernetes pods, manage deployment. This looks fine, but this looks a resume who has not done much on, I mean, a person who is like 2 to 3 years of experience. It's looks okay. When it comes to education, it is written Dayanand Sagar Academy of Technology and Management. To be very honest, when we come from colleges which are not known to people all over India, what you can do is you can write the university name, because a lot of people know the name of university. For example, if I come from university like RTU, Rajasthan Technical University, there would be multiple colleges there. If I come from UPTU, Uttar Pradesh Technical University, there would be 500 plus colleges affiliated to that. Do not write the name of college unless it's well known. Write the name of the university. That will add more credit to it. Okay. The branch is fine. BE, electronics and communication. When did you attend? This is fine. 71%. This is okay. This is fine. Perfect. And then contributions, in that you have written GitHub profile. You have given the link over here. This looks, this seems to be okay to me. I've added XXS over here because I do not want to reveal the identity. So this is a good example of a resume which can come under one page. People will reach out to this and read, okay, this is something he knows or she knows or they knows. And then this is fine. This is a very basic and good example of it. So Mr. VP, this looks good to me, and that's all. If there is anything, feel free to comment below. Now let's dive into the second resume. So welcome to the second resume. So the person who is seeing it has any, I'll mention it as GM. Name is fine over here. Mail ID is this. I have written XXXX because it does not matter. And then mobile number is fine. Career objective, first of all, first red flag, why is this on the 60% or 70% of the page? Why it is not completely over there? If you have copied it from someone, do the formatting at least. Why is it gray over here? Why is it white over here? This looks really bad, really bad. Fix this. Okay. Looking for challenging position. I have told it multiple times on my resume review series. Nobody reads what is your career objective. If you want to write a summary in 1 or 2 lines. That's all. Looking for a challenging position which could help in exploring my best potential. This and this. Everybody writes this. That does not have any particular impact on the resume or something. So do not do that. Okay. Before that, let me see how many pages. 1, 2, 3. This looks like 3 pages. Red flag. Why do you want 3 pages? Let's go back. You can cut this off. You do not need this. Professional summary. Okay. So in professional summary, the person has written having 2+ years of IT experience in software configuration management and DevOps engineer. Software configuration management comes under DevOps, so you do not need to write this. When you say DevOps, software configuration management, for example, you use Ansible, Chef, Puppet, etc., etc., that comes under configuration management. You do not need to write this, okay? So just lose it. 2+ years of experience is fine. Experience in Linux and Windows platform. Instead of writing it like this as a professional summary, make a column over here, summary, write 3-4 things, 3-4 lines, and this add as a tech stack, what you know. Instead of like, who will go through this? Handling version control through Git, experience on building tool. First of all, why there is an extra space over here? Experience in handling application server for deployment rule. Good thing about this is that you have mentioned it in bold, but had it been the other way around, which I just told, it would have been better. Good at experience in containerization tool, this and this, experience in Octo. This is good that you have written all this, but writing the tech stack at the top should be fine, because that's the first thing that your recruiter will see, that the interviewer will see, that the hiring manager would see. So do that. Okay. Work experience. Okay, so this is not work experience, this is professional summary, and summary is in what, how many points? Around 10+ points. This is not a good idea. Change it or just lose it. Work experience, working as associate DevOps engineer at this and this. I have removed it in order to maintain the privacy. From this and this is fine. Till date, I don't know, just in brackets write something like 2 years, 1 year, 6 months, something like that. It adds more to your resume. Next page is education, BTech from BPUT Odisha. First of all, whenever you write the resume, when you take care of the resume, don't you do right click over there? You can just do right click over there. You can just see what exactly is wrong with this. Give a space over here. Give a space over here. See, that has made change. So diploma from something, I have removed it. ITI from something, I have removed it. 10th from something, I have removed it. In this and this and this. Okay, but this is something that puts me off, to be very honest. And now the thing that is really terrible, that should not be done, that check out this Calibri size 11. If I click over here, Times New Roman size 11. Why this is happening? Why there is no uniformity in the resume? That has to be fixed out. Okay, either make it Times New Roman or either make it Calibri. Do one thing. Now why it looks like that you have copy pasted from somewhere and had not changed the heading. And this is, again, I will say that this is really something that make no sense. BTech from this is fine. Technical summary. Now if you already have this sort of technical summary, why do you need this? So one will go over here, waste his 2 to 3 seconds, precious seconds over here, and then he'll go over here and see this. So copy this whole, put it over here and lose this professional summary. Okay, this will help you a lot. Operating system, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine. Maven Jenkins, build tool, container management, Docker, bug defect tracking tools, BMP Remedy, Jira, cloud, AWS, fine. Database, SQL, SonarQube, and Kubernetes. Check out this. This is in bold and in Arial. Now 3 formats in just 2 pages. Okay. When it comes to SQL, it is now Times New Roman. Why this is in bold? Anything extra? Container orchestration tool. Now this is Arial empty. Now this is 4th font in the same resume. Font or font, whatever you call it. Kubernetes. Now let's go to this professional experience. Project 1, project name. I have removed it. First of all, never write your project name if you do not want to get into trouble with the company that you work in, because this could be a breach of conduct. Do not do that. Do not share your name. I have removed the name, but in your resume there was a name. So if you have uploaded this on Indeed.com, Naukri.com, LinkedIn, anywhere, just remove that name. You have given the name of client over here. This is also could be a breach of conduct, and this can get you in trouble. Do not write the name. I have removed the name. US, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine. You can write your company name, not your client name. Okay, because this comes into service level agreements, and if this gets out, there could be a chance that people can sue you. So do not do that. Description, nobody wants to know what they do. You just have to write what exactly is your project, or 1 or 2 line in the tech stack. Now you have written your responsibilities as well. Here you have written this much of content. Here you have written the same thing, and in your responsibility there would be many things that would overlap. Now this will come under whenever your interview happens. Whenever your interview happens, they will ask you like what exactly are your roles, what exactly are your responsibility, you can answer at that time. And nobody wants to talk about 10 things, right? 4 bullet points, the topmost thing that you have done. And if the interviewer or the hiring manager is interested in you, he will or she will or they will ask you questions. So you don't have to write this much. Nobody will read that. Now this is Calibri and the size is 12. Now previously the size was 11, now the size is 12. This is terribly wrong in this resume. Now again, declaration, I hereby declare that the above mentioned. When you see these kind of lines, just right click, put it like this. Now this is fixed. Do something like this. Date July, try to place a comma over here. This looks good. And the place. If even if you lose that, it doesn't actually matter. But at the time of call, or you can write at the top. So these are the things that I would like you to add or change in this resume. All right. So folks, I hope everything is clear to you. I hope you have learned something from this video, but if it has made any positive change in your way of thinking or way of making resume, please hit that like button. Please comment something, because I would be really happy if this video gets reached, because it's free for you, but that would really help me. And if you want your resume to be featured over here, I will make a video on your resume. Make a docs file, not a PDF file, because I could not I am not able to delete the details, your personal details from there. Plus you can send at the logicopslab@gmail.com. All right, so feel free to comment below anything if you want, and send your resume. All right, so I'll see you in the next video very soon.